I really wish you were here. Freshman Convocation is such a special day. It's the moment when your career at City College fully begins. For us, it's the moment when you become not just a student of City College, but an alum of City College. And so on this highly symbolic day, it's one of the very few times we gather the City College community together for a ceremony in this room, the Great Hall. And one day soon, you'll be here. But for now, let me tell you why I think it's so special. If you look at the ceiling here, you'll see flags hanging, and they've got place names: Krakow, Berlin, Cambridge, Edinburgh. These are the names of the great universities that existed when Shepherd Hall was built, and they were given to City College as a gesture welcoming CCNY into the family of educational institutions. Along the walls, the stained glass that you see, each one was donated by an existing American university at the time. Over here I see Stevens Institute, University of Michigan, Harvard is here, Oxford, University of Chicago. Each one of these donations also was a gesture of welcome to CCNY. The rest of the architecture of the room, the pipe organs, the long pillars, the vaulted ceilings, the grandeur of this place, they were all a symbolic investment in the sense of importance and really sacredness of the educational mission. And what's important about that, and what's important for you to know, is that the relationship between you specifically, you as an individual, and the symbolism of this place is not incidental. It's absolutely the point. This sacred space, with all of its iconography, with all of the support that we've drawn from institutions from around the world, was built precisely as a tribute to your potential and your future. The set piece of this room is in front. Come on, let's take a look. The Graduate is a fresco that was painted when Shepherd Hall was first built. It's original to this room, and I like to think of it as our mission statement. In the painting, you see a young man getting his diploma from alma mater. He's surrounded in back by Greek and Roman figures, but also you see some of the great achievers in the Western canon: Beethoven, Shakespeare, Sir Thomas Aquinas, Aristotle, Socrates. Take a look. The thing that's important about this painting, though, is at a time when the rest of America thought that college wasn't for everyone, when the rest of America thought you had to be the son of wealth, not the daughter, or you had to be related to someone with political power, or you had to own property, and you had to have the right religion, and you had to have the right skin color, you had to be from the right place. At City College, we were founded on the idea that the only way we can prosper as a society was by educating the whole people. And that's a phrase that was uttered at the founding of the Free Academy, which became CCNY. They talked about it as an experiment, and the experiment was, let's try to see what happens if we create a place, the first in the United States, where we would educate the whole people, where we wouldn't restrict entrance because of who you are or where you prayed or who you loved. We would educate the whole people because as a society, we would only prosper. We would only be fully just and democratic if we harnessed those talents and we provided a way and support for those dreams. You're at a very unique place at CCNY. You're at the place in America where we decided that the most powerful democratizing force that we could harness was the talents of the whole people realized through accessible education. That's an idea that exists now in a lot of places in the United States, but we invented it at City College. Come on up. At Freshman Convocation, what I would do is I would bring you here, and I would ask you to look at this room. And I would ask you to absorb the investment, not in money, but the investment in a symbolism dedicated to our hopes in your future. And to recognize that even though this building is more than 100 years old, it was built with you exactly and precisely in mind. So I'd bring us here in Freshman Convocation, and I'd climb these stairs. Come on up. I would stand here on an ordinary Freshman Convocation, and I would remind you that you are now joining a great tradition of City College students, graduates, and alumni. For 170 years, people just like you came to City College, maybe not with a lot of money, maybe the first in their families to go to college. Maybe they were new to America, trying to figure out what their role in our society would be. And maybe they didn't fully believe that they belonged in this institution. And decade after decade, from 1847 to the present, they graduated from City College and went out and changed the world. They became Supreme Court justices. They won Nobel Prizes. They became secretaries of state and writers and musicians and actors and artists. They invented things. They built things. They founded companies. They became the leaders of our city and in many cases, the leaders of our nation. And when they came to CCNY, when they sat, as you sit now, in Freshman Convocation, getting ready to begin their college careers, they were exactly and precisely like you. And the fact that we don't know what you will be, or where you will go, or what you will do, but we have a faith in your talent. We have a faith in the promise of the whole people, links you to the very founding mission of CCNY. And I hope you feel that. Hope you feel part of that great tradition, and I hope it matters to you because it matters deeply to me. On this day, I want to say something in addition to that. If this institution was made for you, then we are all, as City College, made for this moment. We were made for the time when the founders of this institution believed that the only way we could get through crisis, the only way we would survive a catastrophe with our ideals and our principles intact was by harnessing the talents and the dreams and the wisdom and the potential of the whole people. We were founded as the College of the City of New York, so that when New York needed us, when they needed the talent of its citizenry, we as an institution, you as our graduates and students and alumni would be prepared to respond. And so on this Freshman Convocation, I not only welcome you to the great tradition of CCNY, I also call you to recognize every day that as students in a public institution, founded on a vision of what our society could be when we pull together, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to join that tradition and pull what you can from this institution, and when you leave, harness it for the public good. I want to congratulate you all on this day as you join the family of City College, and I also want to welcome you to the great tradition of the alumni and graduates of the City College of New York. Welcome to you all.